Okay. So today I'd like to introduce this CubeSat Salon, which Kyushu Institute of Technologies and JAXA and UNISEC initiated last July. So we've been doing this one mostly for domestic peoples, but we decided to expand to overseas consultation. So today is an introduction to UNISEC global communities. Okay. So how this one started? Okay, this is a kind of one of the mission assurance activities of UNISEC. I think I showed you these pictures before. This mission assurance in simply we call MA. This MA activity started during the pandemic in 2020. When we suddenly had free times, we realized that we should we should use this time something meaningful. So we did this lessons learned, the sessions among the Japanese university satellite. So we did the very honest talks about what went wrong and what we should have avoided and how we should do for each session about 3 hours each. Yes. So after that one, JAXA sponsored. JAXA liked our idea, and so they sponsored our further activities. So we did a survey on lessons learned with respect to mission assurance. So we published a report of 439 pages, which is unfortunately in Japanese, but it's in open domain. And nowadays, I think the machine translation is so good. So you can translate into your own language, not only to the English, but yes. So, during this one, after this, in 2021, we further worked on a root cause analysis of the failure cause. And through that one, we published Mission Assurance Handbook for the University Built Lean Satellite. And it's currently 4th versions, and you can download this one with these things. This one, English version, is available. Yes. So today's topic is related to this mission assurance handbook, but it's different. Okay, because up to this one I talked this one in a previous in some UNISEC-Global meeting. So during the MA activities of 2021, we discussed what would be the best way to assist the university satellite MA, and identified the. I remember that I was talking with Kawashima-san and also Tadao-san at the UNISEC office, and we were talking on what we should do. And we realized that we should achieve the mission definition phase as early as possible, and that is very effective. So it should be earlier than the conceptual, design phases, when people are thinking what to do. So we can frankly point out, can you really do this? How do you make a satellite to achieve your missions? And how are you going to make your satellite? So it's sometimes it's very, strong words, but this talk is really important because when the start is wrong, the result is wrong. When the start is good, result may be good. So we realize as early as possible, if the people thinking about the satellite missions could talk to somebody, it would be very good. So we thought maybe it's a good idea to have some places to give advice. So perhaps this is doable, and you can go to that place to ask help, or that person may be able to help you, or unfortunately, we may say it's not doable. Yeah, so we can give advice. And for that one, it's better to have a very relaxed environment. over tea, cup of tea, or even over beer or the tea or coffees. And so usually idea is born in that very relaxed environment. So we say that, okay, let's name it a CubeSat salon. So that one, that's idea emerged. Yeah, that idea was really emerged over a cup of coffee when we are drinking the coffees in the UNISEC coffees. So they are having some new idea. We shouldn't have meetings. We just go for coffee or tea or dinner. So, so for the CubeSat front, we give advice and about the mission plannings, mission feasibilities, satellite bus selections, system lifecycle plannings, introduction of helpers, and so it's a place to provide consultation for the newcomers. We should have a low barrier for knocking the door. So it shouldn't be like that somebody needs to email me. No, that's not going to happen, to work. So it should be something very easy to make an appointment by just clicking on a website or something, and then it's very easy to have an appointment. So we started July 2024. It took 3 years after the ideas, since the idea is born to actually get materialized. Uh, it took some time because of funding issues, and we have to persuade JAXA, and we have to get the money, and to get the money, I have to persuade the QTech management. But fortunately, both think this is a good initiative. So it helps the both QTech agendas of JAXA's agenda. And because UNISEC is involved from very beginnings, UNISEC act as a secretary. So we started in July 2024. So yes, some of you may have seen these pictures. And, this picture is somehow quite popular. Yes, I was in Taiwan. Yesterday and day before yesterday, giving a talk at the National Chenko University. Professor Joel Marciano, head of Philippines Space Agency, was there with me, and he looked at these pictures and he was very impressed. And I told him, yes, we spent the money and time in here, so because we wanted to make a very low value. So, so we tried. So this picture tells for me by having this satellite at the hand, showing that this is a CubeSat salon. This is not some kind of a Terra salon. Okay. So we try to keep the door wide open. So we had office place in this building. It is in Nihonbashi. Nihonbashi is really the middle of Tokyo, center of Tokyo. It's a really walking distance from Tokyo stations. Also at the Nihonbashi area, there are many new space companies concentrated. And also there are the cross-view Nihonbashi. And so there are lots of opportunity to interact. So we have some, this is this CubeSat models, and yes, there's free drink, and yes, it's all free, 1 hour, free of charge. And they can make, for domestic users, they can make reservations 1 hour before. So if they're in Tokyo area, they just, before they leave, they just make reservations and then just take a train so they can come. Yes. For overseas, we set the reservation limit much earlier. Okay, but for domestic users, it's much easier. So also we can do in person. Also we can do remotely. So we did in 2024. So you may think this CubeSat salon is just only for CubeSat, but it's not actually. Yes. Well, the majority of items we talk is a CubeSat actually, yes. But it's more we talk about project management, radiation issues, and how to enter the space sectors, because we have the actual companies. We have a company occupies about 62%. And we talk about specific charging. I think this is because I'm a specialist. Yes, you may not know, but originally I'm a specialist of specific charging. Yes. And human resource development, cameras, PCB, funding, so on. So basically anything we can talk. Anything we can talk. Yes. Yes. And also, we encourage repeaters, multiple sessions. So if somebody comes, and 1 hour is a bit short, and so we cannot, and also we give some suggestions, they implement, and they can come back later. So for some university satellite project, we already have sessions about 4 or 5 times already. So it could be continuing consultation, and we really welcome that one. Because I'll explain that reason later. But we really want to have a long-term relationship with the people. So, yes, point is basically we can talk anything. Okay, that's important. So, why we're doing this? Because it's free of service. But JAXA and QTX is paying some money. So why we're paying money? Well, after all, we want to improve the mission success rate of lean satellite so that they can be used more, especially for university and newcomers. So objectives, we have some objectives. Lean satellite equal to the small satellite or even to CubeSat. Those lean satellites have the mission success rate high enough to be used for the national spacecraft. Right now, in Europe and also in the US, some of these cutting edge science and weather data provisions and some national security images, those lean satellite provides, but not in other countries, especially in Japan. So we want to change this situation. These situations. We want to have the lean satellite to be used more. So we classify the mission to the 7 levels from simple university educations to research, outsourcing, business pathfinders, science, and civil project, national security project. For each missions, we have this expected success rate. And this number came from the record of Japanese space sectors. Yes. For national national security project, or stakeholder, mostly government, they expect 95% of the success rate. Or civil project, they expect 90%. So for the lean satellite to be used more in higher level missions, it's really chicken and egg situations. We have to convince that make stakeholders that yes, you can order that high level missions to this new company. And for that one, track record of the contractor is important. Also, government, because they are spending money, taxpayers' money, they need some guarantees of success rate. They cannot simply give money by closing eyes. So they want to make sure that the government money is spent properly. And I'm not talking about accounting, but the contractor is really managing a project. And so programs and project management based on a standard normative document is important. But I'm not saying we should do according to the NASA or JAXA or ESA standard. Once we do, it's not the lean satellite anymore. So there are a way to make a top-down tailoring the current document or bottom-up producing a new set of document. So standard documentary would be something like this one. Project management, I think this will be heavily different from the whole lean satellite, from the traditional satellite. And technology, somewhat similar. Compliance, probably the same. So to make standard, necessary items to make standards is that 3 things: knowledge gained from the past missions, theoretical background, and evidence obtained by experiment. It's the same for lean satellite and traditional satellite. In traditional satellite, they have these items based on the knowledge and research since 1957. And also space agency, because almost all of those ones are the national programs, they have all the good record of the mission result. However, lean satellites, first of all, research accumulation is not sufficient. There are many research for the development of making new EPS, making new OBC, making new attitude controls, but very little research about this worked or this is risky and those things. But at the same time, many flight result. But the problem is that there are many small teams doing missions. So there are not enough sharing of a mission result and lessons learned. Lessons learned sessions done by UNISEC Japan is very unique because we had a long history of collaborations. And perhaps also COVID, pandemic sessions worked. But sharing those information among companies is very difficult because of proprietary things. So we need mechanisms to share those mission results and lessons learned. So we think we can use the CubeSat Salon. So CubeSat Salons can play the networking role. We can connect between company, universities, and we can introduce university in the facilities, and we can share the lessons. So we can become the information hub of lean satellite. So for the overseas sessions, based on this success of 2024 activities, the consultation we decided to extend consultation service to overseas entities. Well, actually, in 2024, we actually did some consultation to the foreign entities. Yes, but in this year, we do more systematically. So we want to collect more information about the lessons learned, the needs of people, and the raw information that what really went wrong or something. So we want to get involved with each project from the early phases. Of course, we anonymize all the consultations, so you don't have to worry that so all of the identifications will be deleted when we publish those standards. So we analyze for the purpose of data collections toward the lean satellite standard making. So it is a good. We are doing it for the big goals of making some standard, and we try to collect as much information as possible. So we have 2 slots, 2 times a month. We start with the two times a month. If there are more demand, we'll expand. For right now, we have a 9:30 to 10:30, 1 hour, or 16:30 to 17:30. It's all JST, Japan time. Okay. For morning sessions, we intend to make it available for the Latin America, also basically American continent. For afternoon sessions, we make it available to Africa, Asia, Europe, those places. Okay. Or of course, if you wake up early or if you stay late, you can choose anytime. And it will be attended by me or Dr. Akagi. Dr. Akagi, you may know him. He is here today. Akagi-san, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Cho Sensei. Good evening and good morning and good afternoon. My name is Hiroki Akagi from QTech. I know some of you have met before through the International CubeSat mission first, as Pooja mentioned, and also the KiboCube collaboration with the UNISEC or the other programs. So we're in charge of the international coordination and also the future studies at the JAXA. In addition to the JAXA role this year, I have joined the faculty in the QTech as the specially appointed associate professor and working with Cho Sensei. So I'm looking forward to talking with you, space friends, for the future programs of the missions. Thank you.
So Akagi-san will be a consultant as a QTech person, although he has another hat over JAXA, but yes, basically as a QTech person. And we have a JAXA people attending, yes, and also UNISEC, basically Tanaka-san will be there. So we try to, for each session, we ask the people that to get a consent to use for their items for the standard.